So I decided to play Warriors of Might and Magic, and after watching the really bizarre opening cutscenes for the game, I still didn't really know what I was getting into. But I played the first 2 levels. Then pretty quick it hit me. I honestly had no idea what this game was about or what was going on. So I went ahead and did what I usually do in that situation, and took to the internet to learn more about the game. Well, what I learned is that nobody cares enough to do a real plot synopsis on it. Plus, each version for each console it released on has its own series of events and environments, and really its own story. While the PS1 version just had the falling out of the sky and landing on some box and destroying it for the opening, it was pretty confusing. So I tried playing a little more of the game to get a background on what I was doing. And all I encountered was a cutscene where this crow being attacked by a monster tells you he'll take off the weird black mask thing that you're wearing, which I've determined for myself, by the way, must be the entire objective of the game, which means that, hey, the party can start, because he said he'll do it. Looks like mission accomplished. Sounds easy. Let's do this. After quickly dispatching the enemy attacking him, the bird tells you that he lied about being able to help you. But he does know someone who can. That person happens to be down this treacherous path of terrible bats or some variety or whatever, which doesn't really help me. And the game also isn't over anymore. Ugh. Dang it. Now we've got to go through said path to find him.
Fashion sure is a hard life, but hey, if this guy can get the mask off me, maybe he can also get me a shirt. Which, why don't I have a shirt? Everywhere in the game I don't have a shirt, except, for some reason, the pause menu. In the pause menu, your guy has at least half a shirt. He's got some nips showing, but other than that, he's got a shirt.
Everywhere else, my character's strutting his stuff in half of a birthday suit. Maybe when you beat the game, you could play through it again with a shirt as sort of a new game plus bonus. So, since I couldn't find anything remotely substantial in the game, I decided to do some really hard-hitting research on it. I dug into the past using 2 concepts that have long been forgotten in this modern world. I read the manual.
Oh, excuse me. You seem to have caught me right in the middle of my reading session. Hour 24. Figuring out everything I can about this game. Yes, it's not easy, but it's somebody's got to do it. You know, it's quite tiring work, but the research needs to be done if we want quality entertainment. Quality. Oh, thank you, Rodriguez. Delicious, sparkling.
Just reading wasn't doing enough. I spent many hours recording my findings and thoughts, processing the ideas presented to me. But eventually I finally came to a conclusion.
By Jove, I think I got it.
Yes, this task was treacherous indeed. I scoured the pages and gained much knowledge of this realm through which I tread, the world of might and magic, and after much deliberation I present the game's backstory. So there are 2 godlike races, the Ancients and the giant-sized, Kriegans. These races are fighting over this land called Arden, and they pretty much don't care about the people that live there. There is one important ancient named Einar, who would just randomly stop by and screw with people, but the people of Arden seem to generally like him because occasionally he would do some really good deed. Then there was this giant Kriegan that was particularly evil, so Einar got the Ancient Ones to seal him under a volcano, and then I guess in celebration he partied a lot and, I'll just say had a bunch of kids, which it's presumed that you play as one of those kids. This guy right here. Let's see. Alaron. They never told me that either. I just figured that out from figuring out the manual. Just reading it through. These names are really silly though, dude. And it says one of Einar's kids will ascend and rule with him or something. I don't really know. Also, his kids can't hurt each other just because, as a parent, I guess that'd be really annoying. So yeah, I guess, yeah. We got captured or something and somebody forced us to wear this uber unfashionable mask and our objective is to get it off. The game itself sure didn't tell us, and not everyone will own the booklet. But here we are, and I think honestly we're better for it. The story I could find for it was actually rather intriguing, an interesting setup with really cool ideas. So how does it play? Well, it plays pretty well, actually. Attacks are satisfying, which is a big deal in a hack-and-slash adventure game. The graphics are decent, the heads-up display is clean and easy to use. Overall, everything seems to work pretty well. Every time you encounter a new monster, it introduces them by name, which is pretty cool actually, because then you know what they are, and it goes a long ways towards world building. You can explore the environments and find hidden areas, and your exploration is rewarded in cool ways. Weapons, power-ups, and new magic attacks or upgrades and health item pickups. Exploring isn't punished, and that's a good thing, because I like to explore. The more enemies you defeat, the stronger your character gets with the level up system. A neat feature to add, to make you feel like you're getting stronger. And the more you play, the more awesome your character feels, which lends itself well to the overall game feel. Reviewers of its time gave the game about a 5 out of 10, which I personally think is a little harsh. The game borrows some elements from other games of the time, like the gems from Spyros or the keys from Gauntlet Legends, and some minor gameplay ideas from various other titles. But the truth is, it actually all comes together pretty well here, and makes for an experience that is definitely entertaining, if nothing else. The story, being so hard to get a hold of, is a bit of a problem, though I'm sure if I had played to the very end, I'd pick up what was going on. Honestly, the game is fun, but is it Retron worth it? Well, no. The game wasn't particularly impressive for its time, and there have been plenty of hack-and-slash games that have come along and done so much more with the gameplay. But this game is much better than it is given credit for. If you like the way the game looks, pick it up. I can assure you, you will enjoy it.